And a very good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and a very warm welcome to another one of our Spiritualism Lyceum nights. We have an absolutely wonderful guest for you tonight, the lovely Yvonne Nielson from Denmark, CSNU certificate holder. She also jointly runs the, wait for this, Dance Spirituel Salmons.
Close enough.
Close
Close enough.
Please stop me
Yes.
murdering the Danish language.
Yeah. Dansk Spirituel Sammenslutning. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
But
I
it's
said.
the Danish Spiritualist Association. Yes. I'm the vice president there. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. You're a well-known teacher, medium, a great all-rounder for the world of spirit, and a real joy. I don't know why I didn't approach you sooner. It's just one of those things, but I'm so glad I did, and I'm so happy when you said yes.
Thank you.
So,
It's an honor to be here.
oh no, welcome. Honor is ours. If you could just let us know a little bit about your background before we commence with this evening's topic, that would be wonderful.
Yes. Well,
Please.
as mentioned, I'm a certificate holder in Spiritualist National Union, and I'm vice president of the Danish Spiritualist Association. But my way here was filled with rocks and high mountains and low bottoms, if you can call it that. It was really, really, really difficult to get here. When I was a child, I was spiritual. I could see people, I could hear people that weren't having a physical body, and my parents thought I was a bit crazy, actually, and they didn't really want to know all much about what I was talking about. But I was only like 2 or 3 years old when my father told me that was the first signs of me seeing things that they couldn't. And from there on, it was just really me having a wonderful time with spirit, to be quite honest. I felt embraced with love. I had something that nobody else had. I felt really special. So that was a natural part of me when I was a small child. And then, of course, I forgot about it when I became a teenager because I was so busy going out for a drink and falling in love and everything. So it sort of had to take a back seat in my life. So.
Yeah, I totally get that. I was fortunate enough to be brought up in a spiritualist family. My mother discovered spiritualism when I was about 6 or 7. So
Nice.
my formative years, I was actually encouraged to go out and see things. Don't come back in until you've seen a ghost.
Yes. 3 days later, Lawrence
Yeah,
comes
yeah,
back.
yeah. Okay. Lots of spirits, but no ghosts. But yes, I did 2 sit in circle and started that journey at an early age, and exactly the same as you. The teenage years came, life took over, went away, got experience in life, but then found myself coming back to it, which is absolutely bliss, absolutely bliss.
Yes. I sort of put it away because my mother was a kind of afraid of what I was doing. And to be quite honest, I was also sitting in my room with all candles lit, and I was reading books about spirits. And my mom thought I was going to lose my mind. So she said, no more, no more. And then 20 years later, no, more than 20, I think, 20 years later, approximately 20 years later, my mother got cancer. And that was a really hard time for me because I thought if she was going to die, I would be sort of the head of the family. I know my father was there, but he would not be able to make it on his own. So I had to be the one in charge. So that was a really hard time. So I said to my mom, I was a palm reader already by then because I had fibromyalgia. So I couldn't work physically anymore. So I became a palm reader because then I could sit still and still do some work. And I also did a little bit of tarot card reading. So I was putting down some tarot cards for my mom. And I said to her, well, you're going to survive this cancer. She had colon cancer. I said, you're going to survive. And she said, how can you say that? Well, I'm not saying it's like, it's spirit saying it. And you're going to use it to help other people with cancer when you come to the other side of all this illness. And so I said to her, you have to become a healer. You have to heal yourself. And we didn't know really what a healer was by then, and at this time. And then I said to her, you have to become a healer. And she did. And I said, you have to heal yourself every evening. You have to put your hands on your stomach and you have to heal yourself every night. And what happened was that when she went for the surgery, the tumor that she had in her colon was gone. She rejected it.
Wow.
They couldn't find it again. So they could see where it had been, but the healing did that she rejected the cancer herself. And she didn't even notice that she did it. So I was thinking by then, what was that power? What made her be able to reject her own cancer condition and heal herself in such a profound way? I wanted a bit of that power. So I said to her, how did you do this? And she said, well, I just did what you said I had to do. So I thought, I have to become a healer as well. So I did. I became a Reiki healer because I needed to download that power that she had.
Yeah.
And that was my first step. But what happened was when I put hands on people, I couldn't stop talking. I was telling them everything about their life, from when they were born to now, and their dogs and their cats and their houses and their husbands and their children, everything. And my teacher said, Yvonne, you have to heal people. Stop talking. But I would stand there like 45 minutes. La, da, 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 da. So she said, I think you may be a psychic reader.
Brilliant. But
yeah.
You do, don't you? When you do you know what, my story is so similar to yours, except it was with myself. I had cancer. I was in hospital quite a long time, and suddenly one day all my brothers turned up, and I was like, "What are you doing here?" "Oh, we come to see you." And I went, "Well, I haven't spoken to you for 10 years, and you live in the Canaries, so you're going to have to do better than that." And they said, "Well, we were told if we want to come and see you now." And I went, "You know what? I'll be out of here by Christmas." And I got released, clean bill of health, Christmas Eve. And I did exactly the same. I came back and I thought, what is this? How does this work? I want to know. Yeah. And like you, when you're giving healing, yeah, you're getting this. Oh, yeah. Absolutely
yes,
wonderful.
Exactly. Yeah. So
a lot of people just saying hello to you.
Oh, hello out there. I can't see you. Sorry, but.
No, it's all right. They're just dropping the comments in. The lovely Mr. Abbott says good evening.
Oh, hi, Tim.
And Ricky, and there was somebody else. I can't.
Ricky Whitmore. Hello.
Ricky
Danny.
Whitmore.
Yeah.
Bettina, and don't forgive me for this. Haley Hike.
Haley Hike.
That's what I said.
My soul sister. Yeah.
Yeah. So tonight's topic, I loved it when you suggested this working on the self, because this is an area as often missed out. We're all people can get so busy trying to be a medium or being a healer, being a psychic, or whatever field. It doesn't matter. But we tend to neglect the trunk of the tree, which is us. So when you said tonight's topic, I was like, thank you. That brings in perfect balance.
Yes, because everyone is busy talking about the spiritualist philosophy and how to be a medium, but I think what we need also to focus, because we're so determined to be of service to mankind and to spirit, but we often forget to be at service for ourselves. We need to be taking care of ourselves as well, and also nurture that power within. our soul, our the core of our soul, really, where our power sort of ignites from. And often we forget that because we are so busy trying to be um, uh, what everybody else wants us to be, and we're trying to
Yeah.
be the best version of ourselves as well in that area of being a medium. But when it comes to being a medium, we have to take care of our own power also, because without our own power, spirit world has nothing to work with. It doesn't matter if you have a wish or a desire to become a medium. If you don't have um, the will and the power to strive to be the best possible uh, person that you can be. So without you, the spirit has not much to work with, even though you know all the techniques. What they really need is you stepping forward out of your comfort zone, letting your light shine, showing you that show people that you have the power. But sometimes we're so afraid of people judging us. We have fear of ridicule and everything else, and that's what's holding us back from really shining.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree wholeheartedly.
Mm.
And part of this, the spiritual energy is we're always giving. We're always
Always
giving,
giving.
giving, giving, and helping everybody else. But
Yeah.
I always teach in my circles, don't forget you are on a pathway. You are here to learn just as much. And we're not talking about the way you perform your mediumship or your healing. You, your
Yeah.
life here, how are you living it?
Yeah. And
So,
also that confidence that you need in life, that confidence you need when you talk to spirit, the confidence you need in your own spirit. It's all good and well. I remember when I was starting this journey, I was always thinking that when I was insecure, I was thinking, oh, I trust spirit. I trust spirit. I know spirit's going to be there. I trust spirit's going to be there. And that was me being insecure. So I needed to put my faith in spirit. But what I've learned is I need to put the faith in me,
yeah,
because I don't have to worry about the spirit world. They're going to be there. So I don't have to worry about putting my trust in them. They don't matter really in this equation. What I need to put my focus on is me. Do I dare? Do I dare to stand
mm,
there in front of people with my power and shine and make mistakes and learn from it? Get out of my comfort zone, because that's where life begins.
very much. Do you
Mm.
know what? The new catchphrase, do I dare? How
Yes,
I love that. I love these little phrases that we pick up, to make it, because we should always be challenging, never satisfied with where we are, and always look to what's next, how are we going to do this? But that comes from within. That
yes,
really
it
comes
does.
from within, that strength to say, right, this is great. I'm loving the way this is working. Now, well, how about because that confidence is there?
That confidence that you need to put in yourself. It's all well and good. You could put it, the confidence in spirit or trust the spirit, but you have to trust yourself, because if you don't, spirit has nothing to work with. You're going to stand there being an excuse for yourself and keep comparing yourself to other people, how good they did and how well they are, or good they are in what they do. And then you're going to stand there and judge yourself all the time. And what it really does for you is that it dims your light.
Yeah.
It's going to take your light away from you.
Well,
And
I think,
it's sorry.
sorry, I think one of the most damaging phrases we can say is when we see other mediums working or other healers or whatever field they're in, people say, oh, if I was half as good as them, I'd be happy. I think, no, actually, I want to be twice as good as them.
Yep,
Or the best that I can be is a
the
lovely
best that
phrase.
I can be.
The best that I can be.
And
Yeah.
in also in the beginning, I would look at mediums far more advanced than me, and I still do. And I think, oh, if I could get that evidence they did, and that evidence that they did, and then what I need to recognize is that I may not give the exact same evidence, but then I'm going to give something else that's just as
Yeah.
important. as that evidence that they gave. But that I won't remember. What I remember is I didn't give the exact date for that birthday. I didn't get the name absolutely 100% correct, even though it was a Belgian name or a French name. So instead of just letting your light shine, and then step out and be the best you can be, and without fear of ridicule, without fear of people judging you, because sometimes we also have so much about we're like, I don't know if you call it, we like to be with like-minded people, and we like to blend in and not be one to stand out. But somebody has to be the leader of the pack, and it might as well just be you or you out there. Why should we all run around like headless sheep and just follow the masses? We don't have to. We can stand up and shine our light and be the leader of the pack.
I love this. This is great. We're starting a revolution, everybody. Come on.
Yeah. Get out there and let your light shine.
Exactly. And I always say to people, it doesn't matter what you do, but as long as you've got your heart and your soul into what you do, don't try to emulate other people. Again, we're going back to this topic of be the best that you can be. If you're going to be a healer, talk to people, work on a helpline, go and just smile at people. But it's just all that is making you just that little bit more happy with yourself. Because let's face it, I think a lot of humanity, we're not really happy with ourselves all of the time. I think that's a deep psychosis in many people, that they'll have, especially in the materialistic realm, all the goods, all the possessions, all the big car, the fancy hat, to try and sort of like hide behind. Whereas actually in spiritualism, we need to step forward in our own light and go, I'm here, time to run.
Yeah. And if people think your light is too shiny, they have to turn up their own volume. It's just the way it is. But let me just make sure that everybody understands, I'm not talking about arrogance, because pride is not arrogance. And being humble is not being weak.
Yeah, definitely.
So you can be everything when it's suitable for you to be it. I cannot stand, if I run around being, letting my light shine all the time, people's going to get tired of me. But when it's time and it's appropriate, don't be afraid to.
Yeah. And it's about because once you have that confidence in yourself, you don't need to be the leading light all the time, because you know that you are.
Yeah,
and
it's just
there
like
is that time to be it, and that other time to just be.
It's like Les Henderson put up a post the other day on Facebook with a picture of a lion, and it said the lion doesn't have to tell people it's a lion; they know.
Yeah.
So.
Absolutely wonderful.
So it's really, really important that we trust our own power.
Very much so. Very much so. So would you like me to hand over to you now to talk for a while, or do you want to keep this rapport going? It's up to you entirely, or I guess.
I'm not sure I get what you're saying, Lawrence.
Would you like to continue on talking about how to work with this self-empowerment, how to any exercises, tips or guidance for people out there on how to start to create that energy?
Well, the first thing I think is important is meditation. To download that power for yourself, because it's like a battery of power that's available to us, and we forget to tap into it and download the energy. So the first thing I would say is meditation. Make sure you because it's going to feed your heart, the flame in your heart and the flame in your soul. And that power from the spirit world or the universe, whatever you believe in, that power is going to make you grow from the inside out. And it's going to give you confidence every day, really. And even though you're not going to be a spiritualist or a medium, if you're going to be a leader in your job, or you're going to quit your job and be self-employed, you're going to find your way. It's going to unravel just bit by bit all the time. It's like a snowball rolling. Once you get into the snowball, you can't stop following it. You're hooked in the middle.
Yeah. Yeah. I know.
So,
I agree totally.
and also I think a thing I think is important is when you step outside of your comfort zone, make sure you do with things that you're passionate about. Live with passion, because it's really important that you have passion for what you do. Because if you do what everybody else asks of you, even though it means you're stepping out of your comfort zone, you're becoming a leader, if it's something you're not passionate about and it's not your heart's desire, it's not going to fulfill you.
Yeah.
And you need the fulfillment from inside, and you can only do that if you live with passion in whichever way you want to be. If you want to be an Olympic star, you go for it.
Yeah. I agree so much. The number of speakers that we've had on during this time, I loved it because you saw that spark of passion coming into the discussion, and it animates everything. It animates the energy, animates the speaker. It reaches out and embraces the people listening. Even if they do or do not go along with what they're saying, they still understand that passion. Go, wow, I love that,
Yeah,
because it really does embolden the person.
yeah. And that passion that I have for mediumship, I didn't have it at first, because I saw Billy Cook many, many years ago, and I thought, I thought what he did was cool. He was in Lysets Hus in Aarhus in Denmark here, and he was doing a mediumship demonstration. I thought that was pretty cool. I want to do that because I could feel spirit. So maybe he could teach me a thing or two about how to use it in for my advantage, really, not so much for other people. And then I joined him in Copenhagen for a year of mentorship, and he immediately actually took me under his wing, and I've worked with him ever since. This is years ago, and he sort of inspired me to move beyond my own self and what I needed it for, to helping other people. So that was really the beginning of my mediumship journey. And I
Well,
didn't have a clue that I was going to do this. Now I'm a certificate holder in the Spiritual National Union. If you'd said that to me 10 years ago, I would have said you're crazy. That's not going to happen. Now I'm in teacher's training. I'm going for my diploma. And
brilliant.
it's just like, all because of Billy Cook.
Do we know who to blame?
My dear friend, I love him dearly. He's so cute. He always kisses people on their hair. I don't know what it is with him and hair, but he's
Yeah.
so cute. I just love him.
If you saw it, he was demonstrating near here just before all this kicked off, and I was lucky enough to be down there. And yeah, I loved his method of demonstrating, and he just threw out this glib, oh, and he came out with some name like Karlstadter, which in that environment was what?
Yeah,
He said, oh, Karlstadter, and the person went, yeah,
yeah.
and I was just like, wow, oh, that is so good.
And he's the only one I've ever seen like having 2 or 3 spirit contacts at the same time. He just like
Mm,
juggle them. I'm gonna come back to you, and I'm go here, and now I'm going there, and then all at the same time, and he can keep this on for like 10-15 minutes. I've never
yeah.
seen anything like it.
But again,
So
the ability to do that is because of his own self empowerment.
yeah,
Because without that trust and faith there, none of that would happen. It wouldn't work. And the
it's true.
passion. Yeah.
It's true. And it doesn't matter how much spirit will want you to do this, or it will support you in this. If you don't have that power from within and the self-confidence, you're not going to make it. You can't do
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
I love it. My passion is teaching, or philosophy and teaching. That's my two see Lawrence come alive
Yeah.
moment. And I absolutely love it when I see people understand a principle or an understanding or a practice.
Yeah.
You see some people go, oh yeah, so and so, and you're like, no, you haven't got it, have you? And other people, you just see that light go on and go,
Yeah.
ah, and you go, yes,
And
love it.
that is the power of an address, isn't it?
Oh,
If
very
you
much.
have an address that's really well spoken, as a well-spoken address that captures people, so you have them in the palm of your hand. I mean, the
Yeah,
mediumship is all good. I know if I love the mediumship part, but I do really love the philosophy when you can tell a story and it unravels, and sometimes it just spreads out like a spider web you didn't see coming, and people are sitting there in awe of all the words that comes out of your mouth, not in awe of you, but in awe of the passion that you speak with these words. It's I love the philosophy. I love
yeah.
Silver Birch. I'm really a big fan.
I've
So
started reading more Silver
yeah.
Birch. My things are changing, so, and that's absolutely fine. You got the lovely Fiona Paridod just saying she's loving your philosophy of life, living a life that's true to yourself and makes your heart sing.
Thank you. I love my life as well, and I'm teaching a lot now. And I'm gonna tell you all a secret. Don't say it
Ooh,
to anyone.
yeah,
But
don't
I'm
shh,
starting a
everybody.
school in Denmark now.
Wow.
Yes, I'm starting a school, and it's still a secret, so I haven't told anyone. So you'll be the first to know.
Okay, well, I'm sure nobody here will tell anything.
I'm sure they won't either.
Congratulations, congrats,
Thank
because
you.
I get that energy from you. You are a teacher.
I love
Whether you
teaching.
Yeah, whether you hold a certificate or not, you are a teacher. A certificate is nice; it's very good,
Yep.
but it doesn't make you a teacher.
No, no. A real teacher, I think, is a person that, like I say, ignite the flame in people's soul, and then shows them that they can do whatever ever they want to do, even if it's not in spiritualism, but in everything else as well.
Yeah,
And when it comes to mediumship, I think a good teacher, a great teacher, is someone who helps the student become better than they are. That as I am.
yeah,
So if my students become better than me, then I've succeeded.
definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
It is not a contest, and it's not a place for ego. It's just like, go shine.
Yes, shine your light, roar like a lion, you know. Be the
Ah,
leader of the pack.
yeah, but it's also very true, isn't it, that they go hand in hand, this spiritual development with your own self empowerment, because the more as you develop spiritually, you actually tend to look at your own life and what you do and
Very
what
much
maybe you
so.
shouldn't be doing.
Yeah,
I speak from experience.
I agree. Yeah. But I also think it's important in this journey to remember to forgive yourself for all the things that you did that weren't
uh,
good, or it's
yeah,
instead of blaming oneself, just say, I learned my lesson, now I move on. And
yeah,
if you need, I also think it makes you realize that saying I'm sorry is not so hard. I think with spiritualism or spirituality in your soul, you become more merciful in some way, and I think that's important.
very true.
That you
And
forgive
you,
more yourself, and you forgive others, and you strive to help in what way you can.
yeah, you-
So
you're not quick to anger. You know, I come across some things today and I think, goodness, 12, 15 years ago, if that had happened, it would have been like the blue touch paper and watch Lawrence levitate and go. And now you just
yes,
go, that's okay.
yeah, you just tend to stay more in your chi, as I call it. You stay in your chi, and you don't care about little things like, this is my space and this is your space, and I don't have to take what you're giving me unless I want to.
Yeah.
So it's like a raincoat, my space, and everything that comes my way that I don't want is just going to fall off.
Yeah. Well,
And
that's nice symbolism.
yeah, because I stay in my chi, I stay in my power, in my confidence, and that's where I need to be.
Brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
I tend to, if there's an air of contention going on with people, I always try and sort of like stay calm, but also try and pick up on their energy as well, and just think, I'm hearing your words,
Yeah.
but what are you really saying? And that tends to be
Yes.
two totally different things.
Two totally different things, because they can come with anger towards you for something that's really a sadness or a sorrow in their heart.
Yeah.
And what you need to do is address what's behind their attitude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Knock out all the defense mechanisms and go, what are you really saying?
Yeah. And also, in mediumship, it's an interpretation, and that's what we do in mediumship, and we can use it on people as well in our daily lives.
Yeah.
So all the knowledge that we get from mediumship, we can use it every day.
Very definitely,
Spirit
because
teaches us all the time, even when we're not aware of it.
and sometimes so subtly.
Yeah.
This is what I love at the moment because of this time and the quietness. Your senses are slightly more heightened, or mine are, and you just pick up on the little subtleties, and you go, "That's wonderful." Everybody else might have missed it, and you're not making something fit. You just know that that was meant to be to support that, and you just think, "That's great. I love that."
Yeah. And we could really see also now that the ego is going away and everybody's being more loving and kind to each other.
Mm,
Thank
yes.
you, Sue. I hope
Uh,
that I'm inspiring everybody to believe in their inner power and unleash their inner power and live with passion.
Indeed, indeed, you are. And again, I go back to what I was saying. When you get that passion, it conveys even in this environment, the online experience. If you get somebody just reading a bit of paper like monotony, everybody just I've gone to sleep. But I can guarantee you there is nobody asleep out there.
That's good.
So if you got any questions, anybody, anything you'd like to ask, remember, no question is daft. If you don't know the answer, it's not a daft question. So please do.
There
Oh,
are
there
no
we go.
stupid questions, Lawrence, because every
Exactly.
question is a wish to know more.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
always say to people. No question is daft if you don't know the answer. And never, never.
Yeah.
Lovely Jamie, Mr. Williamson.
Hey, Jamie. That's one of my friends from Arthur Findlay College.
Yeah.
How do I help my students? Well, first of all, I try to install confidence in them. And the confidence is I give a lot of praise. Is that what you call it?
Yeah.
I give a lot of praise to them, and I help them see everything they do correct or do good, even though it's not correct, then they do it good. And they get points for daring, if I can use that
Yeah.
word. They
Yeah.
get points for daring to step out of their comfort zone. And that is where I praise them. How good it was that they had the courage to do so. Not necessarily how good was the evidence, how good was your terminology, how good was your body language, but you get really high points for putting yourself on the limb.
Yeah. I
And
like that.
when you start doing that, they get more confident, and the more confident they become, the more they let go of the analytic mind
Mm.
and their little voice saying, "You're not doing so good. You're not doing so good." And when that sort of steps in the background, then spirit can come with their evidence, and your body language opens up because you're so confident and you're having a ball standing there doing mediumship, and everybody's just taken by surprise with how much you shine in what you're doing. And it doesn't matter if the date was wrong or the name was wrong. You got the first letter or you got the initials, and you just standing there with a big smile on your face. I have a spirit here. And that's what happens with my students. And then when that occurs, I start pointing out the mediumship, but that's way behind. It's like I do it the other way around than most people, I think, where they
Well,
put a lot of effort in getting the evidence.
yeah,
I give a lot of effort in you finding your confidence, and you live or you stand there with passion and let your light shine. Then comes the evidence and the quality of the evidence.
brilliant. I love that. I do.
Mm.
Because it's just making that first bridgehead, isn't it? And once you've done that, yeah, you can start doing the fine tuning and going,
Yep.
okay, I need to refine that. I need to draw that. But yeah, because if you're in a mind lock of, are you mother? Are you grandmother? I don't know. You
That's
do,
all going
don't
to
you?
come in good time. That's all going
Yeah,
to come in good time. Yeah.
yeah. First be I very good that Jamie has asked that, because Jamie, I'm very fortunate that Jamie serves Paul Church here, because
Oh, does he?
he does. He
Oh,
does. He was here
wow.
the other
I
week,
didn't
bless him.
know.
Yeah. And he's also stepped forward to help me by chairing some of the services as well, because at this time, with so many churches and centres shut, I'm trying to give as many people opportunities, but we've got to be local. We've got a big travel restrictions on us.
Yeah.
But if it's to work here as a medium or to work here chairing, because that is still part and parcel of working for spirit and within that energy and supporting. So, Jamie, I am so looking forward to your next booking here at Paul. And I want to see you come right out there like a lion.
Yes. Roar like a lion. And look at that picture of him there from Facebook. He's so good looking, isn't he?
That's only because he's got dark
With his
glass.
sunglasses on. And yep.
You can't see he's sat on a Harley Davidson as well.
Yeah. So
Lovely Sue Townsend. So were you always confident, or is this something you developed throughout your life and was aided through your awareness and connection with spirit?
I was not confident at all. I was a big excuse for myself. I was the type of person that would walk what do you call it? Crawl along the walls. If is that what you
Yeah.
say? I don't know how you say it. But I would sort of blend in and disappear, and in a room nobody would notice I was there. Um, and it all started when I met my husband. To be quite honest, he helped me realize that I was worthy of being loved, and that was really the beginning of it all. I had a rough childhood, and had this idea that I wasn't worthy of loving or being loved. And when I met him, that sort of changed everything, and I had to question, was that really true? Because he loved me unconditionally. How could he ever do that? And then my confidence started just a little bit, and it sort of exploded when I became a spiritualist or a medium. Then when I tapped into that power above and downloaded it, it was really there that the confidence came from the inside and out. And then I met, of course, I met Billy, And I also met Tim. Billy had Tim over in Denmark, and I met Colin Bates, John Johnson, and what's her name? I had a mentorship for 2 years, and now I just forgot her name. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Also, a tutor from Arthur Finney calls. I'm gonna remember. But I was in Stafford. Huh? Sorry?
It will suddenly come.
Yes, suddenly come. I was thinking about all the men here, so.
All right. Oh, fair play.
Yeah. But no, I didn't have any confidence at all. So it sort of came with my work with spirit, to be quite honest. And it's sort of, like I said, it was like a roller coaster, and it just built and built and built and built. And if you said to me 10 years ago what I'll be doing today, I would have called you crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, a simile there. Actually, people won't believe this, but actually, I am quite a quiet, reserved person. But when I step into this energy, or when I need to take the action and get into that energy, this is the Lawrence that you see here tonight. But if you were just sat with me tonight on your own talking, you think, God, he's boring. He's such a quiet person.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you do, don't you? Because once you do find that power, that sense of being, and that sense of worth, wallflower was what you were looking for.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Yeah. It's amazing because you can just drop into that when you need to. And it's just like the lights going on, everything. It's so invigorating.
Yeah, I think that's important that you remember that that you can change.
Yeah.
That what the version of you now is not necessarily the version of you in 10 years. And same with my teaching. What I teach now, I teach what I know now. In 10 years' time, I'll know more. And in 10 years' time, I would have changed, and I'll probably have more confidence. But we also have to take the first step on the ladder and just, you know, build it and build it and build it slowly. And with some it's slowly, with some it's fast. I feel with me, it's been really, really quick. Everything's just going.
Mm.
But
Also,
it's
sorry.
never too late. It's never too late to change. It's never too late to build your power. You can do it. I mean, I'm teaching my mom. My mother is one of my students, and she's 76.
Brilliant.
She's awesome in mediumship. And she was so afraid of me when I was a child, and I could see spirits and hear spirits, and she was like freaking out, you know. And now she's a student of mine, and she's sitting there. I have a gentleman here, you know. I'm like, way to go, Mom.
Well, that is a truism. You know, people say quite often, "Oh, I'm too old for this. I'm too old to start this." And you're like, you're missing the basic tenet of what spiritualism teaches us. That all right, the physical age now is of this world, but us, that continual thread of life, it doesn't matter. Whatever you learn now, if you learn 5 minutes before you draw your final breath, you will take that with you.
I know, but she's like, "Oh, I'm getting a bit old," and I say, "Yeah, well, you may be 76 now, but if you're gonna be a couple of thousand years old, it's not too late to start now. So life goes on forever, Mom. You know this. Why do you keep referring to your physical age?
Yeah, yeah.
It's it's irrelevant, isn't it? I mean, I
It
started
is.
my CSNUT and my diploma last year, I think it was, and I started my CSNU when I was 50.
Yeah.
So everybody said, "But you're 50 years old." I said, "Yes, but I'm going to be 94, so I might as well get started. You know, I mean, I have
Exactly.
many years now still to be a medium."
Exactly. I've sat in a few development circles, And a couple of my circle leaders were in their late 60s, early 70s. But do you know what? They taught me so much.
Mm-hmm.
They really did. They absolutely awesome. Age is not a barrier, people. If you
It
think
is
you're old,
certainly not.
forget it.
And
Think
a
how
bad
many.
physical health is not a barrier either, because I have fibromyalgia and sometimes I'm
Oh,
in a wheelchair. So
right.
when when I'm 82, I'll be going on platform in a wheelchair, but I'll still be going on platform.
Good for you.
Yep.
Good for you. Excellent.
Yep. It just never ends, does it?
In the basis of Christian spiritualism, Winifred Moyes was a very well-known medium who used to do trance addresses, and she would pack out halls, as would lyceums at the Royal Albert Hall. But
Wow.
often she had to be carried up onto the platform and put in a chair, and she would sit there quietly. But when her guide Zodiac stepped in, she would just suddenly transform, and there would be this voice that will fill a hall. And when she finished and sat back down, they had to carry her off again.
Yeah,
So
she'll be
yeah,
the frail woman again.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And that just shows you, the power of the energy. And I actually use the energy to heal my body from fibromyalgia. It can never go away. But when I feel low on batteries and I feel that I can't walk as well, I start to heal myself, or like I say, I download the energy, the spirituality and the energy and the power, and then my body, it's like rebooting my body in some way. What do you call
yeah.
it? Boost, giving it a boost.
Recharge.
Yes, recharge. That's the word.
Yeah,
Thank you. It's like a recharge, and then the rest of the day, I'm just like fit for fight.
yeah, yeah. It's very, and it's so easy to do, and people doubt it. Because again, we've got all these doubts about us. Oh, I can't do that. Well, if you say I can't do that, guess what? You won't do it.
You can't, because you just predicted that, didn't
Yeah,
you?
you've just told yourself that.
Hmm.
But yeah, you just say, right, I can do this. I can do this, and similar, I suppose, to your style of teaching. Go in there first, saying I can do that, and then refine it. But don't
Hmm.
try and get it all right every step to be perfect from the beginning, because that's probably where you'll falter and think, oh, it's not perfect. I'm not doing it.
Well, things don't have to be perfect; they just have to be. And you know what? Sometimes we also forget the power of wishing, or the law of attraction, because the
Yeah,
universe is going to fulfill your goals or your dreams and your hopes if you let the universe do it. And the universe does not, if you sort of imagine things in your mind, um, and send it out in the universe doesn't know if it's happened already or if it's going to happen, because it's your truth. So it's
yeah,
the same. It's And the spirit world is very eager to help you fulfill your dreams. They want you to succeed in life. It's the same on if you go on doing a demonstration. I remember some of my students saying, I'm afraid that when I get up there, there's not going to be anyone, no spirit. I said, well, I don't think that spirit's standing on the other side saying, let's see if we can embarrass her today. Let's not show up.
we'll hide behind the curtain.
I know, going, not so much, not today. Got ya. No, they're eager to please. They're eager to help us, and they will help us get our wishes to come true if we allow it. We have to believe it ourselves, and we
Yeah,
have to wish it for ourselves.
yeah,
And then they will apply. The universe will apply
very much.
whatever you need.
Key word: what you need.
Not what you want.
Yeah. I I
Ah,
want lots of things. I've never had them.
nah.
I got everything that I need. So okay,
What you
okay.
need. So I always ask for the best for me,
Yeah,
whatever the best may be. I always ask for the best for me. And they're going to put little stones on my path. that I can step on, and then going to lead me in a direction that I probably didn't even see where it's going to end. Like I said, if CSNU, who knew I was going to get here? And I just wanted what was best for me, and they're going to apply what I need.
Yeah, yeah, I go along with that. And also that assistance on the pathways when we have something that we consider to be an obstruction or an obstacle, it's there for a reason.
Yeah,
So
you have to
instead of
learn from
thinking,
it.
"Oh, go away," think, "Okay, why are you here? What are you bringing to me? What are you bringing into my life that I need to be able to get round you?"
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. What is the teaching of this episode in my life?
exactly.
Uh, take what you can use and let everything else go. Like I keep saying, open a drawer, put the rest in there, and close the drawer. You don't need the rest. Just take what you can use
Yeah,
from that experience and let everything else go, because all people are also very they tend to, when everything goes wrong or something goes wrong, or people say something to them about, you did this wrong, or you're not a nice, this was not nice of you because you didn't do what they wanted you to do, you did what you wanted to do. It's
mm,
like putting yellow labels on you. I'm not good enough, I did this wrong, I didn't they don't love me enough, my job, what's it called? My director, what's it called? My boss doesn't like me too
all
much,
right.
and you're going to put all these labels on you. And if you keep doing that, you can't even see yourself anymore.
Yeah,
You're a victim of everybody else's abuse of you.
yeah,
And that's why I'm saying, find your power, strip off those yellow labels, and find out who you are and what your power is. And then make sure that that you feel worthy of receiving all the good things in life, because the spirit world is going to give you what you need, all
yeah.
the good things you need.
I'm loving this. I agree so much, and it's so refreshing to hear this talking about us as people. We're not talking about anybody else or any other practice at the moment, but about us. And especially at this time because we've got so much going on. There's so much fear about. There's so much
Yeah,
resentment, whatever division. This is
pointing fingers and
oh God, don't.
yeah. So remember, out there, if somebody says something to you that is not your truth about yourself, strip off that yellow label.
Yeah,
Yeah, don't take
yeah,
it. It's not your truth, it's theirs. And that's based on how they see life.
yeah. Sage advice. Very,
Yeah,
very good. Because I always say with people, it's wonderful when we have these evenings together. We can all communicate with the spiritual side of ourselves because in our lives there's so many different versions of us. We are father, mother, sister, brother, friend, partner. So that all these people out there have got these different versions of us. They probably haven't got the whole picture. It's only at times like this we can actually be in our own power and see our own truth and our own power. And probably there's a few people out there thinking now, you know what, that's so right, because I do pay heed to what people say about me. When actually there's an old saying, what other people say about me is none of my business.
really. True.
Yeah,
Yeah, true. And what they say about you is, like I say, it's colored by their own version of how life
yeah,
should be. And you can be quite sure, when you start to change, when you become spiritual and you find your inner power and you let your light shine and you live your life with passion, somebody's going to walk up to you and say, what's wrong with you? Why did you change? I don't like you anymore, you're different. Well, no, I'm actually not that much different, but I'm not just buying into what you say I should be like anymore. Now I'm just finding who I am,
yeah,
and they think something's wrong with you.
yeah,
But what
yeah,
you really happens to you is you become more merciful, you become more kind, you become more passionate, you embrace people more because you have that power in you that never runs dry. And I think that's really important.
It is
That you
incredibly
stay true to
important.
yourself.
Yeah. And if the entire world could just adopt that for 24 hours, what a difference. What a difference. Nobody trying
Yes.
to be hold
And it
dominion or
doesn't matter if it's your family or if it's a tutor, whoever is going to put you down or say that you're wrong. Don't believe them.
yeah, brilliant. Lovely comment there from Jennifer. You're an
Thank
inspiring
you,
lady.
Jennifer.
I love that word, inspiring. And
Thank you.
Jamie's back on his motorbike.
I agree, Jamie. It is. It
Yeah,
is. Self-empowerment is truly important, and it benefits the spirit world. When you have this self power, they benefit from it because they can work with you much better. You're going to become a better person. You become a better medium. You become a better everything.
hugely true. Hugely true. I always say to people, and try to keep that in my psyche, that when you're working with spirit, it's a 50-50 exchange of energy. You know, you're dealing with intelligence. You
Yeah,
don't be the victim, you know, or passive in your work with spirit. Be yourself and be confident and be energetic, you know, and converse and bring
yeah.
it in. Because sometimes people say, "Oh, spirit said this and spirit said that," and they go, "Well, why?" Well, I don't know. Well, you should be asking them because it's a conversation.
You should probably have the feeling in your body. They say this because
Yeah,
yeah, I can feel it like a tsunami in my body, the feeling from the spirit. And then you should be able to say it without fearing that you get it wrong. Because if you
yeah,
got it wrong, it's not wrong, it's a teaching. And
yeah,
the next time you get it, you will know it was not what I thought it was. It's going to be this instead. So
yeah.
it worked all out okay, didn't it? You
Indeed,
you learned
indeed.
from it. So, but we're so afraid of standing there and being laughed at or do something wrong. I couldn't care less if I get it wrong. I'm gonna go up there and give it my all every time. And then there might be some tutor saying, "Well, you need to, this wasn't correct and you have to tune more in and you have to do." Well, I'm going to get there. I'm going to
Yeah.
be 94. I'm going to get there. I'm going to practice all the way. I'm going to get it. One point or another, then it's going to work out for me.
I I think this is a lovely comment. I love this. I need a little Yvonne to keep in my pocket.
You take a little of me with you. So every time you feel somebody putting a yellow label on you, Julie, you just rip it off and you
Yeah,
shine and you roar like a lion.
that's great. There's about 58 people out there now who are going to be running out of their house in a minute,
Go,
shouting at
yeah!
the world. Bring it on!
Bring it on. Yes.
Yvonne, what an absolute delight having you here tonight. Absolutely wonderful. Your
Thank
energy
you.
just comes over so much.
Thank you.
I love your teaching. Congratulations on your score. Keep us, please, up to date with that.
Oh, yes. I have a
Absolutely.
wonderful team coming to work with me, so I'm not going to do it all by myself.
Yeah. And getting that team in and getting everybody into, because every team member has their own facet, their own
Yes, and
light.
we're going to have different directions in the school. It's not only going to be mediumship. It's also going to be palm reading and animal healing and
Oh,
angel card reader and different Reiki healer, crystal healer. Everything is going to be there. So it's going to be like 8 or 10 educations, really.
brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant,
So,
brilliant.
mm,
I'm so pleased to hear that because I was getting a little bit concerned in the UK pre-COVID because everything was about mediumship. Every night there was a demonstration of mediumship. You could have you could sit in bed, have 2 readings, and have a pizza delivered. And I just sort of like, you know what? There's so much more. There's
There
so
is
much
much
more.
more.
Oh, there's so much more. And with this time of COVID, it has opened up for evenings like this, both on our page and many, many other pages, to explore different areas and different facets, start to get that depth of spiritualism and spirituality, because it's got huge depth and wealth to offer people. But if you're just seeing it in portrayed in that one energy all the time, it just becomes a little bit flat and non-resonant. But yeah,
You have to nurture the different sides of you all the time, because you're like Silverbird says, our soul is like a diamond. The spirit is where our origin, but our soul is like our what do you call that? You call it our consciousness. That's our soul, and it's like our soul is also shaped like a diamond. It has all these sides to it, and we need to nurture each side of our diamond or our soul. And for some it may be mediumship, and then it may be something else. I'm also a palm reader, like I say, and I can do I'm a healer, I'm a master teacher. I do all kinds of stuff, but my way is mediumship, that's for sure.
yeah.
But I may help somebody else find their power and their passion and their light in another direction. Some may want to be a coach or whatever it is.
And I'm a great believer, the more that you work, the more facets that you polish actually will deepen your mediumship as well.
Yes, and also I have like 16 educations. I didn't know I was going to end here. So I may be teaching someone something, and in 5-10 years time, they're going to be a completely different place in their life. But they found the passion and the courage to do something about their life when they came to see me. And then I did my job.
Brilliant, brilliant. Lovely comment there from the lovely Tim. Has your beard grown back yet, Mr. Abbott? I do hope so. I do like you with your beard.
Oh, yes, I agree totally with that. Yeah.
He just said, yeah, spiritualism is like a 3-course meal, and mediumship is only the side salad. And yeah,
So true.
I have a similar saying that mediumship is like the sprinkles on top of the cake. The real goodness and the real nourishment is underneath all that. So yeah, so nice to hear.
It's just one
Yvonne,
side of the story, the mediumship, isn't it?
very much so. Very much so. Absolutely wonderful evening. You've been an absolute treasure. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much.
Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, pleasure. Pleasure, pleasure, pleasure. Thank you, everybody who's been tuning in tonight. Oh, I missed a comment there by lovely Tim.
Thank you, Tim. I hope to see you soon.
Oh, yeah, when we can meet up
when
again.
I can come back in Stafford. And say hello to Jeanette from me, please.
And the beard is coming back.
Oh, yeah. Well, he looks kind of cool with that beard, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Good looking man. If I am allowed to say that. My husband can't hear me.
I think you just have. So
also looks good. He looks cool with the hat sometimes, doesn't he? Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. He could. I would love to wear a hat, but I've got these ears, and all it does is
some people can wear a hat, and Tim is one of them.
A brilliant, wonderful, so warm and so uplifting. Some wonderful comments coming in. Everybody is getting that upliftment from here and that empowerment. So absolutely wonderful. Somebody there said they're not going to be able to sleep tonight. So absolutely beautiful. Wish you all the best with your school, and hopefully we can start re-engaging with people more directly come the day. Yeah. Thank you all for joining us tonight.
Thank you for joining us. Sending you all love.
Oh, hold on. How do you do that?
Like this.
Oh God, I'm so
Yeah.
Peace out, dudes. Take care, everybody. Have a peaceful, blissful evening. If you pop on the church Facebook page, you can keep up to date with what's coming off. Quick run through. We're next back online on Friday night with our friends from the Spiritists at 7:30. Then on Saturday evening at 7 o'clock, we are back in Denmark with Inga-Lise on essential oils. So that's going to be interesting. There's just a slight change there of focus. So we're looking forward to that. Sunday morning, we have Craig O'Malley, who will be taking our online divine service on Zoom. And Sunday afternoon, live here in the church. If you are local to the area, we would love to see you. At 3 p.m., we have Heather Gonclaves. That service will also be streamed live onto our Facebook page. Meditations, Saturday morning at 9 a.m., Monday evening at 7 p.m. Next week's Lyceum night, I am just waiting confirmation from somebody I've approached, so I'm not going to say it just in case. I don't want to tempt fate. So just have to wait and see. So exciting. Yvonne, any closing thoughts from you, please, my darling?
I just want to mention that the tutor I couldn't remember the name of is Sandy Baker. The lovely Sandy Baker. Yeah, I knew I was going to get there sometime.
I know.
Dementia Light Edition.
Yeah, I think it's a common thing. I think once we get over 21.
Yeah, I know. And I'm turning 54. It's uphill from here.
You look at somebody and you go, hello. And you're thinking,
yeah, who are you?
I want to say Phyllis.
Yeah.
Thank you again, my darling. Take care, everybody. Look after yourselves.
Thank you.
No, pleasure. Great pleasure.